10 ways to tell if a person is going to become abusive. The first one is going to be love bombing. Love bombing can include moving in too fast, wanting to get engaged really fast, wanting to say I love you really fast, doing the absolute most, and it's like your second date. Number 2 is going to be pushing boundaries. So if on your first date you're like, no, I'd rather drive there and meet you, I don't want some stranger coming to pick me up at my house. If that person is pushing you to them pick you up, that is pushing a boundary, and honestly I wouldn't even go on the date if that is what the person is doing. But if you're into the relationship and you mention things to your partner that you don't really want to do or that you're unsure of, instead of being like, hey babe, I respect that and that is okay and we don't have to do that, the person would rather push you into it or like coerce you into doing something you don't want to do. That is a big red flag, and that is probably going to indicate that they are likely going to abuse you at some point in the relationship. And if we're talking in a bedroom context, that is already abuse. Coercion is grape. Number 3 is criticizing you, and most of the time this is done as a joke, but it's almost never an actual joke. Most of the time it's an actual criticism. So if they say something about your appearance or your outfit or things that you enjoy doing, and they're like, I just think it's so silly that you like to make little videos of yourself and put them on the internet, like you think you're gonna be an influencer, and then it's like, that was kind of mean, and it's because they meant it and they hate you. Number 4, intimidation. If you are with someone that uses intimidation around you, this is one of the biggest indicators that they're going to be an abuser. If they punch walls, if they punch things around you, if they drive recklessly when you guys are in a fight, if they block the wall so you can't get through something, that is a huge indicator. Number 5, humiliation. If you have told them a secret that you have told them in confidence and they know that, like, you don't want people knowing that. You don't even have to tell someone not to tell something. Like, usually people who respect you know when to bring something up in front of people and when they should probably keep it private. So if they are going out of their way to humiliate you, to share secrets you've told them in confidence, something about your body or some sort of insecurity that you just don't want people to really know, it's nobody's business. If they are sharing that with people, that's not cool, and that is a surefire sign they will probably start physically abusing you soon. That's already emotional abuse, let's just be honest. Number 6 is being controlling. If they need to know all your passwords, they tell you what you can and you can't wear, they give you a specific curfew, they tell you who you can and can't be friends with, that is a sign that they will physically abuse you. And that's different from when you actually have a toxic friend who's getting you into like bad things that are actually harming you, and your partner's like, hey, maybe you should get new friends. That's different. But if they're actually like, no, I hate this person, don't hang out with them, like, no. Number 7, they are financially controlling, and this is also another huge indicator, so put a big star in your notes on this one. Financially controlling. If they encourage you to quit a job, maybe you don't even want to quit that job. If they encourage you to have joint bank accounts and you've never done that with somebody, or even if you have, they're like, no, we need a joint bank account, we need it now. If you have some sort of savings put aside you had before you were with the person, they suddenly want access to that so they can help you manage it. Giant red flags should be going off. This person's going to physically abuse you, and this is already financial abuse. These are things that are like emotional abuse escalating to physical abuse. Most all of these are emotional abuse. Number 8, they use crazy and ex in the same sentence. I almost refuse to believe anyone has a crazy ex. When someone says I have a crazy ex, what that means is the person abused them first and the ex is most likely reactive abusing. Like, you pushed her to this point and then she starts doing all this stuff, but it's just a reaction to what the person did. If someone ever says, yeah, my exes are crazy, run, 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 run. Number 9, how they speak about other people. If your partner finds out that someone was raped or SA'd and he starts talking about, well, she's probably just exaggerating, she probably just made that up, she's always dressing like this, that, and the other, and not like, oh my gosh, that's a horrible thing that happened to her, I would hate for that to happen to someone that I love, you know, I'm thinking of her and wishing the best for her and hoping she's healing. Like, if you're not hearing that kind of talk and it's more of like victim blaming language, big red flag. Number 10, do they celebrate you or do they belittle you? Celebrating versus belittling. So if you've accomplished something in your life, if you started going to college, if you got a college degree, if you got some sort of certification, if you won something, if you got employee of the month at your job, some sort of school accomplishment, whatever it is that you did, if you even like just created something that has nothing to do with school or work or anything like that, and they just don't care and they're just like, cool, and they don't celebrate you and they're just like, all right, whatever, and they change the subject or maybe even take credit for your accomplishments, that is at minimum emotional abuse, and at maximum that is a huge red flag that they will be domestically, physically abusive with you. Follow me if you want to learn more about domestic and emotional abuse, and I'll see you in the next video.